everyone, I'm Cindy Whitney, welcoming you to this episode of Discovering Laguna Woods. And you know, if you haven't been to the Florence Sylvester Senior Center in a while, you should. It's changed. We're going to be going in today and meeting the director who's been here for about a year and a half, and she's got some big plans and big ideas, and she's going to tell us all about them. So we're heading on in. Join us, won't you? Let's go. So now I'm talking with Ame Roberts, who is the director of the center, and I want to say thank you to you, Ame, for inviting us in today.
Oh, thank you for coming. So happy to have you.
It's my pleasure. I came over and I had a little chat with you prior to today, and you got me so excited about coming back and seeing some of the events in person that you have lined up, and you have so many great ideas. But I want to start with, how did you happen to be here? You came during COVID. Tell me about that.
I did. I was actually volunteering with the Meals on Wheels program at another center through some of my own education courses. And I came to know of this position through that site director. And I thought, it's not quite what I want to do, but she was so awesome. I took the interview sort of just to smooth that over. And once I found out more about AgeWell in the very first interview, I just knew that there was a connection, and we had a lot in common, like the goals that I wanted to do and where AgeWell was going.
I wonder at what point did you say, and I've got some really great ideas, things that haven't been done before, things that haven't been tried before, and I assume that somebody said yes.
They did. That actually happened in my first interview, because that was part of the way that I envisioned what I wanted to do originally, was to start opening up places like this to just a more diverse senior, instead of just kind of the stereotype that we think of as what seniors like to do and who they are. And so from the very beginning, I have been encouraged to do all kinds of creative things here.
Well, there is a sort of a whole theory of how we can refute the concepts that people have of aging from the past and just live our own lives. And you are really jumping into that and helping us to do that. And one of the things I definitely want to bring up is the wine tasting. Tell me about that. I attended it, and I was just blown away by how elegant and how wonderful it was. Tell us how you came to do that.
Well, it all kind of stems from what we were just talking about, in that the 92-year-old senior isn't the same as today's 62-year-old senior. And it doesn't mean anything either way in terms of positive or negative, but people that are retiring now, are baby boomers now, they are retiring and they are not hanging up their coat and saying, I'm retired, this is what I'm doing. They're traveling. They are living extremely active lives with their grandkids, and they have saved and planned for this moment. And part of that is doing things like wine tasting. I mean, a lot of people travel for that. They travel for golf. And I thought this is one little thing that we can bring to the center, because I have expertise in that area. And so far, people have really enjoyed it.
Oh, it's just a complete surprise, and how well prepared it was and how beautifully laid out. But it's a learning. See, I'm a baby boomer, and one of the things that we really want to do is to continue learning. Lifelong learning really means being exposed to new things, being informed about new things, staying up on new things. And so you're helping to do that in so many of the different things that you're offering. So you also had a little bazaar here that I attended that was very well attended. Local folks within the village who are making things. And tell us some of the other things that you have that are just fascinating.
Well, we have a lot of different kinds of classes that we didn't have before. We still do the tried and true things. We do our bingo, and people love coming to bingo, so that's what we do. But we're doing, for example, another event next month. It's going to be a limited ticket event, and we are going to have the granddaughter of Harold Lloyd here. So Harold Lloyd was one of the, he's the superstars of silent movie films. Yeah. And she does a lot of talks, and she does cruises, and she has agreed to come to Florence and do a screening. So we're going to do an entire evening with a speakeasy theme, a password to get in, a photo booth, all kinds of fun, like little prohibition cocktails and appetizers. So just things like that. Just seeing, what people want, and then seeing, can we do it? And then trying it out. That's kind of what we've been trying to remain open to all ideas that people are giving us.
Absolutely. I think Harold Lloyd is, someone who was very special to me. I worked at Disney, and we studied Harold Lloyd all the time because of his animated, movements and his stunts that he did, and how he was a pantomime artist, and he was very animated. So I'm very excited to hear what she has to say about his life. And also, I think that some of the other things allow people to dress up and, sort of play act something, like a speakeasy. I mean, these are things that, these are so out of the ordinary for us that I think it's delightful. People plan on it, expect something, get ready for it, come over and see their friends and just have a great time.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, who doesn't want to wear a flapper dress?
I know.
Or some feathers?
Believe me, I'm sure some folks here have those. But it's right down the street. I think to tell people where is the Florence Sylvester Senior Center?
So it is right on the corner of Santa Maria Avenue and Moulton Parkway. So 23721 Moulton Parkway. And if you don't know all your addresses, it's in the same plaza as the DMV and where the VA hospital is. We're right next door.
And Polly's Pies.
Oh, yes. How can you forget Polly's Pies? We're right across from Polly's Pies.
Everybody will go ding, ding, ding. Absolutely, yeah. It's just down the street, and it's so wonderful. So, I mean, there are very pragmatic things, as you say, DMV classes. My license will expire, I think, pretty soon, and I need a refresher. I want to pass that test, and so you're offering that, and I think that's a great thing.
It's awesome. One of the things that there are two gentlemen that teach those classes, and one of the things that they say is the people that are coming, they've been driving for decades. They know what they're doing. Yes. It's more of just kind of relaxing your nerves, understanding what to expect, just not going in with a lot of anxiety. So they help practice what's going to be on the test, and also just little information like knowing you have 2 minutes per question. Oh. Because a lot of people get in there and they think, I have to do this very quickly or else I'll be timed out because it's on a computer, and you don't. You have 2 minutes. So they just go over that and over that, so that you're more comfortable when you do take the test. You know what you're doing.
Yes, well, exactly. But, tests, a lot of times, we throughout our lives, we've had this sort of test mentality of, just not sure whether you're going to answer things correctly and you're going to fail.
Right.
Yeah, so it just eases everybody's anxiety when they take a test prep course like that. I think that's brilliant. So are there any other things that we should know about? You're reaching out to maybe an audience that says, I'm not quite sure, I've never been there, is that for me? What would you say to that person living in the village?
I would say come down and visit. We have so much going on here. I mean, like you said, we have the DMV classes, we have technology courses, and they're all different. So you come into a class and hopefully you learn an entire skill set in one class. So whether it's something practical like shop safely online, how to use, a different service online, how to create your passwords that are safe, that, people can't guess or hack into. These are all things that are really important for everyday life now, that a lot of people, they just need a little help learning it. It's not that they can't, they just don't have the resource. So all kinds of things like that. We have a new lunch purveyor, so it's much more focused on organics and really creative, flavorful food. So that's something else to try. We have line dancing twice a week, and that's really good when you coordinate your feet and your body with your mind. It's wonderful. We have free ukulele lessons, which has been shown as much as learning a language to actually create those new neural pathways and keep you sharp. So I mean, there's just a host of things. So come down. You can pick up a newsletter, which has everything on it, and take a tour. Maybe you want to volunteer. Maybe you want to come participate. Yes. It's really just whatever you want to do. But we'd love for people to come down.
Absolutely. And it is crucial to get that calendar or the newsletter. Is that the one that has all the events, daily events blocked off? That's very important to have, because you can see it changes every day. you have some.
That's
something-
right. Like today, you saw we have Tony Rogers here.
Yes.
A lot of people. He has a big following in the village. It's full. We have a young lady who is the top level Girl Scout. She has some of her high school. I mean, this is just adorable. Her high school choir that she has coached through an entire Golden Oldies Broadway review, which she's going to do here on the 22nd and 23rd to earn her highest level badge. So we just have like a lot of stuff where we're trying to incorporate as much of the community as possible. And she's going to provide lovely entertainment at lunch.
I noticed that with a couple of the events, there have been young teenagers serving the food and helping people. I love that the mix of the generations. It's very, very, very fun.
Yeah.
So I can't even thank you enough for allowing us to come in and to take some film footage of what's happening, to talk with some of the folks who come here, some of the folks who help work here with you. I mean, it's the greatest. So thank you so much. And I want to encourage everybody living in the village to come over here and, as you say, show up, visit, look around, check it out, get the newsletter, and come back.
Yes. Thank you so much for choosing us. And, we just want people to know about us. So we really appreciate you doing this.
It is absolutely our pleasure. Thank you so much. And we will be right back. So now we're in the library at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and I'm speaking with Cindy Statzman. Now, hi, Cindy. How are you today? Cindy to Cindy.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, I see you're busy. I know that Tony Rogers is out there today, and I hate to pull you away because he's a really popular guy.
I love him.
Yeah. Everybody's having a great time out there. It really is fun. But tell me about you. Why do you come here to the center?
Well, there are so many nice people who work here, and so many awesome volunteers, and so many people who are they're lonely. They need to meet people, and it's good to be in the community and to build each other up. And I see people around the village, and they feel much better when that happens.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, so you get great benefit out of doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have some fun doing it, because I attended the wine tasting and I saw how festive you were, dressed so festively for that, and you were helping, prepare the food and serve the people that came for that event. And was that a lot of fun for you?
I love it, and we stay for the cleanup.
Oh, so you
which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, and I can drink the wine, and I'm safe to drive home after we've done all the cleanup.
Oh, I see. There are advantages to the cleanup of
There are definite advantages.
I see. Okay. There's some interesting foods that were served there too. I think Amay did a great job of planning that whole
does.
event. Yeah.
She really is good at this.
So, what are you learning by coming here? Is something that you take away personally when you come here every day?
I just love to meet the people, and there's so many fun events. People love to hear that, there's wine tasting there? You play bingo every week? And I can tell people about clubs in the village, about the library in the village, and about just all the fun things that are happening here. And some of the volunteers are awesome, and I've introduced some volunteers that come here. So just
very nice.
Bringing people back after the pandemic.
Well, that's it. I think a lot of people are still struggling with that a little bit. They're a little uncertain about what's even open, what's back, what's still online, where can I go? And so to come here, and it's kind of like the heartbeat of the village in a couple of ways, because people are here and they're learning about other things they can do. So that's really helpful. What's been the most fun thing that you've done in all the time that you've been here for years?
Yes, well, the casino nights were a lot of fun pre-pandemic. And so that was always a lot of fun. The senior center has always been a lot of fun, but Amay and Yvonne have brought a really fun atmosphere here. And I just love to be a part of it. There are so many fun events, special events, that kind of thing. Yeah. And I love to volunteer with them because they're wonderful ladies.
Yes. So you volunteer. You're not on staff.
No.
You are an unpaid worker here. I think that's very special.
And we started a book club, and we've just got all kinds of things going on here.
Now, do the people that come here, do they bring ideas too? Do they come in and say, hey, have you ever thought of doing this?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, good. And that has actually happened as a result of their suggestion?
If there's room.
If there's room, yeah. You have a very busy calendar.
It is really busy here. I love it.
Now, what are the hours here? When does it close at a certain time of day? Does the center close?
Bingo ends at 4 o'clock, so I'm usually out of here about 4:30.
Oh, okay.
So I think that the doors actually close at 5, but I don't really know.
Oh, well, all right. Well, we'll get that. We'll put that on the screen.
There you go.
We have a lower third for such things that we don't know. Well, that's great. Well, I thank you. Is there anything that you'd like the folks out there in the rest of the village to know about the center, and what would prompt them to think about coming over? What would you like them to know?
That it's fun. There's always something going on. There are always so many nice people here.
Yeah.
It's just a great place to be. It's a great place for community, and younger people are coming too. So
Yes.
this is a good thing.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you, Cindy, very much
Thank you,
for
Cindy.
allowing me to take some of your time away from your chores out there today. And Tony Rogers, sorry, and spending some time telling us about why you come here. So thank you very much, and we'll be right back. So now I'm speaking with Fran Chapman, who is a volunteer and has been working here at the center for a long time. And I want to say hi to you, Fran. How are you?
Fine.
Well, you seem to like your job a whole lot. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
So-
I enjoy it here.
Now, you're working at the reception area
Yes.
today. Is that primarily what you do?
That's primarily what I'm doing now. Yes.
So you've told me that you've worked here a long time,
Yeah.
and you know all the ins and outs of the
Yeah.
center. So you are a
Yes.
good person to have at the front desk.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I try to help everybody as much as I can.
Yes, and make them feel welcome.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Well, that's great. So now, do you have a lot of people who will walk in who are completely unfamiliar with the center?
Yes, and we will give tours and bring them around and show them all the different departments
Oh, that's
that
good.
we have here. Yeah, we give out a newsletter, lets them know all the classes and things that are going on here.
Yes, yeah, and that's important because there are a lot of activities, and I certainly couldn't remember all of them. So it's
Yeah.
good to have that, and even circle things when you get that list, that calendar of events, that newsletter. Circle some things or highlight some things and say, I've got 5 things this month that I want to attend.
We have a booklet for them to sign up for whatever class they want, and so that's what I was doing just when you came. The
Right.
DMV, the motor vehicle, someone was signing up for the class.
I asked Ame about that, and she said that it's not so much that you're going to fail your test or anything, but it's more to make you a little bit more comfortable with
yeah,
taking.
taking it. Yes,
We don't take that
it's
many
a
tests
big help.
anymore.
No, and at this age, it's very helpful.
Oh, I get absolutely, yeah, and even a reminder. And sometimes it's good because some of the laws change. The motor vehicle laws change.
Yeah,
So-
that's why I'm glad they have it every year.
Yes. Oh, I think that's great. So you have a nice event today. You've got Tony Rogers
Yes.
serenading people at lunch, which is really
Right,
nice.
and they enjoy him.
Very much so. I saw you enjoying it too.
Yeah.
That's great. But so what is the most fun that you have here? What's the thing that you just like? Boy, that's the day I like to come into work because that happens.
I kind of like it when it's busy and I have people calling and asking for help for whatever. Like I'm looking for a wheelchair for someone now. And the guy just happened to walk in with 2 canes, a walker, and I asked him, I said, would you have any wheelchairs? He said, oh yeah, I have 2. Now, most of the time people probably wouldn't bother asking, but I've talked to a guy 2 times today looking for a wheelchair. And so I said, oh, I can't believe you have a wheelchair. I can call this guy back and let him know.
Look at you, problem solving.
Yeah,
That's it.
that there's a wheelchair, and
Chief problem
he's
solver.
going to be so surprised when I call him back and let him know, because I've already told him that we didn't have any, and someone just walked in the door. But we never know.
Well, you asked the question.
Yeah.
There it is. You have to
And
ask
he
those
said,
questions.
"Oh, I'm glad you asked." He says, "Yeah, I have too." I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah, that's great.
I
You
love
know,
solving the
Yeah.
problems for people because they're needy.
Well, there's so many things. At this age, there's so many things we don't know about.
That's right. Yeah.
I gave a lecture one time, and I was saying that, I've never been this age, so I'm not really sure how to do it.
I know what
It's
you
all
mean.
new to me,
Mhm.
and so we need all the help we can get.
Yes.
But I want to thank you for being at your post today and every day that you do that and helping people, but also taking a few minutes of your busy time to come in and talk
that's
to us
okay.
because, you make everybody feel welcome, and I want them to know that they can look forward to seeing Fran Chapman at the front desk when they
yes,
come in.
yes, they can
Well,
ask
thank you,
for
Fran.
me.
And
You're welcome.
I will look forward to coming back and seeing you again.
Oh, good.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank you for choosing me.
And we'll be right back. Thanks for joining us today at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. It's a place for you to come and learn some new things, try some new things, get some help with new things, and just have a good time and relax and be with your friends. So big thanks to Amay Roberts, who is the director of the center, and Cindy Stratzman and Fran Chapman, who spent some time talking to us a little bit about their participation here at the center. So be sure and watch us every Wednesday and Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. on Village Television, and anytime you want to on Village Television YouTube. Thanks so much, and we hope that you're continuing to take good care of yourselves and everybody around you. And we'll see you next time and every time on Discovering Laguna Woods. Bye for now.